Welcome back to Kevin Navigates. We explore the intersection of global events, personal growth, and financial independence. I'm Kevin, and as a husband, father, investor, someone navigating health challenges, I know how deeply these issues impact every part of life. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits all these fronts: how the Russia-Ukraine conflict and NATO's actions are reshaping not just the world stage, but also the way we think about our investment security and well-being. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine has become one of the most significant geopolitical crises in decades. It's not just about borders or territorial disputes. This is a clash of ideologies and power. On one side, you have Russia claiming NATO's eastward expansion is a direct threat to its security. On the other, NATO and the U.S. are pouring billions of dollars into Ukraine's defense. This includes weapons like the HIMARS missile system and advanced drones, all made in America and shipped into the region. The stakes couldn't be higher for the people of Ukraine. This is about survival. For the U.S., it's about maintaining global influence. But for the rest of us, parents, professionals, and investors, it's about trying to understand where this is heading and how it will affect our lives. NATO has always framed itself as a defensive alliance, but to Russia, NATO's expansion in the supply of U.S.-made weapons into Ukraine feel like an offensive maneuver. In 2023 alone, the U.S. sent nearly $50 billion in aid to Ukraine, much of it in the form of weapons and military support. Companies like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon have seen their stock prices soar as demand for advanced weaponry skyrockets. This isn't just about defense, also about dollar. And here's where the Biden administration comes in. By committing to support Ukraine for as long as it takes, they're effectively signing a blank check, but at what cost? I see this as a huge red flag. Wars drive volatility, increase defense spending, and distract from other pressing economic issues like inflation and healthcare costs. And as a father, I wonder, what kind of world are we building for our kids? The conflict seems to be the default setting. This brings us to the deeper question: who benefits from this conflict? Critics of the Biden administration argue this isn't just about Ukraine, but entrenching the U.S. in another protracted conflict. The so-called deep state has been accused of engineering for decades. What is the deep state? It's the idea unelected bureaucrats and defense industry insiders exert enormous influence over U.S. foreign policy, often pushing for perpetual conflict to sustain their own power and profit. This also ties directly to former President Trump. Trump's America First approach focused on de-escalation and avoiding unnecessary war. His critics labeled him soft on Russia, but his administration avoided direct military confrontation with Moscow. Now, with Trump returning to the White House, is this escalation in Ukraine a deliberate move to limit his options? By tying America into a hot war, could the Biden administration or the deep state be forcing Trump into a no-win situation? On this channel, we talk about how big picture issues intersect with our everyday lives. And for me, this conflict isn't just a news headline. It's personal. As an investor, the uncertainty around this conflict impacts my decisions. Geopolitically, instability shakes markets, disrupts global supply chains, and makes it harder to find stable, long-term opportunities. As someone working on my health, the stress of these events takes its toll. Constantly bombarded with anxiety-inducing news, and that stress can derail progress on physical and mental health goals. And as a husband and father, think about the future we're leaving for the next generation. Are we creating a world where peace is possible, or are we setting up a cycle of endless conflict? Here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about Ukraine or Russia. It's about a global power struggle that has implications for all, about the choices we make politically, financially, and personally that determine the kind of world we want to live in. So what do? We stay informed, we ask tough questions, and we hold leaders accountable. No matter which side of the aisle you're on this channel, I'm committed to exploring these issues with you, not just to understand them, to navigate them together. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember, navigating these challenges starts with understanding them. Let's navigate this together. See you next time on Kevin Navigates.